Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me for another round of an all signs tarot reading. I know this is a Virgo and chill channel, but that's because I'm a Virgo and I like to chill. All right. So if you enjoy positive vibes and messages of encouragement, you have come to the right place. I'm going to go ahead and assume that if you were drawn to this video, it was for a reason. So let's see what kind of incredible messaging we can get into this round. Alrighty, let's go ahead and cut the decks together. They're already pre-shuffled. Let's begin with the archetypes. Ooh, the castle. What kind of castle do you, or what kind of, what resonates with you with that, right? Don't mind me, I get shy every time I hit record. Because castles can be warm and safe and secure, but they can also be cold. A lot of them are hella old, right? They can protect, but they can also keep, trap, right? How about you? Is it like Sleeping Beauty with the thorns all around it? Or is it a place where people are allowed to thrive, right? Don't mind me. I don't see this one very often. So I'm going to go ahead and check the book. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents the abundant riches, seductive fantasy, and ornate wonders, and lavish adornments. Yet, those walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, quite possibly a literal home, or position that project the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, which is a card that we saw, was it yesterday or the day before? Leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. Haha, there we go. I knew that there was something else to it that I was trying to recall and just meh. Something tells me that the vibe is, we're raised to believe that we want, the house in Calabasas, right? Or the Porsche, or actually, I've been looking at Rivian trucks. They're pretty cute, or whatever. Anyway, what I was trying to say, but that's what we're told, right? That's what Hollywood and some marketing company want us to reach for. And how often do we end up with a distaste for money? So many of us block ourselves from it because the ones that we've known of to have money weren't happy. They had their own demons holding them back and holding them down, right? It's like it's all an illusion. Don't pay attention to the person behind the curtain, right? Look at all the glitter and gold and stuff. So maybe that's something that you've been trying to figure out for yourself. Maybe someone told you to dream bigger and you're like, but I am. And it's not my fault that you can't see that, right? Maybe you're trying to figure out where you want to go. Where do you want to live? What kind of home do you want to have? Do you really want that bigger house with all the space to do whatever the heck you want in it? To decorate it however you want, right? Maybe you'd be very very content with a van conversion, able to come and go as you please and travel the country, or if you're in Europe, through different countries, right? Whatever it may be. Let's move on to the oracle cards. Protest. Start a revolution. If it's safe for you to speak up, you should. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for those who can't. Right? Something tells me that you are not the types of people who will just sit back and let things happen to others, to only bear witness and carry that guilt for the rest of your life. You have a voice, you have an opinion, and it matters. You've been looking around and noticing that the world is often unjust, but you're not sure what to do about it. You need to be the first spark of your own revolution. Educate yourself. Stand up for yourself. And don't forget to stand up for others, whether or not you have shared experiences. If you can speak up and do so safely, then do it. You have a spine. I mean, I'm assuming that you have a spine. It's, bodies are different for everyone. But most importantly, be safe. No more martyrs. No more self-sacrifice. Something tells me that that's a big part of it for at least someone, that you've been such a people pleaser, right? And just going with the flow and hoping that you won't have to deal with any BS, but you've still had to, haven't you? And your intelligence has been insulted long enough. You have a right to your voice. You have a right to your opinion, especially since the vibe is respectful. The vibe is truth. Truth doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be selfish. If you can, why wouldn't you, right? It's clarification time. Listen, this is YouTube. It's still YouTube and the U's and the tubes and the stuff, Let's go ahead and lighten the mood a bit and see what story the tarot would like to tell this round. Chapter 1. The Three of Pentacles. Co-creation, collaboration. I personally like to think of it as co-creation with the divine universe. As long as you're at the chisel, I have nothing to complain about, right? These people, whoever this represents for you in your life, they're working together in harmony, hearing one another out, helping one another. They're in it for the same goals, just like these folks. We may come from different backgrounds, different countries and upbringing, different houses and whatnot. But in our own individual ways, we're still able to relate to one another, right? Either maybe you just began a new job and it's like, oh, finally, I think I like it here. Maybe you're realizing that you have a right to take up space within space, right? You have a right to be a part of things. You don't need to hide out in your castle anymore. Right? Chapter 2. Oh, look at that. Celebration. That's 2 3s. 3 3s as far as I'm concerned. Dang. Celebration indeed. Celebration, harmony, rejoicing within the community where others, you're all able to match one another's energy. It's all working out in harmony together. Chapter 3. There we go. Because that's what the heck it's time for. Anytime I see the Wheel of Fortune, 2 plus 8 is 10. Anytime I see the Wheel of Fortune, I hear as the gear shifts into place. And it's like, you know what I mean? Relax. May the odds be ever in your favor. This is fate. This is divine. Whatever that is for you, right? Even if you believe in yourself, right? Everything's coming to fruition. All of the things that you've been working toward, whether it's with the universe or other people, right? You're working together. You've been opening yourself up to the types of people you've always longed to know, to have in your life, right? The worst is behind. All those lessons have been learned. And now balance is being restored. That's been a very, very like big theme lately. Yeah. You've left behind. Look at these cups. To me, they always seem so hollow. Right? This person has taken their red cape and full of passion. And they've left the superficial BS behind them. They don't need it. They don't want it. It is not sustainable. If it means losing everything and everyone, so frickin' be it. Clearly, it wasn't yours to begin with if it's able to be lost. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can have as many new beginnings as you want, fam. As many as you want. These always seem so crooked to me, and then I edit and I'm like, wow, you made it worse. Who cares? Moving on. The superficial, hollow bullshit. What's going to come up underneath the 3 of Pentacles, fam? Oh, yeah, the Queen of Swords. This queen has been through some shit. She's seen some things and come out the other end. That's the thing with the kings and queens, right? They've been there and done that. They want truth and clarity and justice. They can hear the opinions of others and not be so easily swayed. There's no confusion anymore. They know they have a right to stand up for themselves. They accept justice because they know they don't want to hurt anyone. They know that they're not going out there and doing their part to hurt the world and add negative energy into the mix. What do you have to be afraid of when it comes to karma and fate, when ultimately you haven't been doing anything wrong? Whatever gaslighting people have been trying to use on you, you don't fall for it anymore. So if you've been worried about that, you've no need to. Maybe the people that you were working with before, that you were celebrating with before, you realize that they weren't really your friends. And they're not coming along with you. But for some, I think that the whole reason why this can happen is because you recognize that and you've moved on. And even through all of the lessons and the pain and the healing, you've reopened yourself up to the possibilities, to those that you know are out there who, like I said, match your energy, who care about others and the world, who are willing to stand up for those who have no voices, who are unable to defend themselves, without power trips and egos getting in the way. This person's mind is clear of doubt and confusion, and every single thing on this card is symbolizing that. From that beautiful sky with the birdie up in the and those puffy clouds in the air and on her cloak. She's wearing white and red. All right? Even the dang wind in the trees. But notice that her hair doesn't blow, because she is secure. And she's saying, okay, bring it. Come what may, because I know how to handle this now. I know who I am. I am secure in who I am. And I claim that which I deserve now. What's coming up underneath the Three of Cups, fam? This is, these can pretty much go like hand in hand. Right? Shutting out the echoes and the BS of the world so that you can reclaim yourself, your own thoughts and opinions, and recognize, oh, certain things, certain habits, they don't belong to me. They don't sustain me. They don't make my soul purr. Your soul longs to purr, fam. That's how I like to put it anyway. Whether this is meditation or just being capable of enjoying solitude. That balance between hanging out with people, like-minded individuals, and being just as comfortable by yourself. So many people, you know, with ADHD and whatever it may be for you, will have multiple things going on at once. The TV's on, we got a book right here, we got our phone that we're dinking with. Have you been learning how to just chill and strip back the layers? You know, something that's been on my mind lately is a realization that I had listening to someone speak on his addictions a couple of years ago during a particular trial. And he mentioned a medication that was meant to help him being withheld from him. And so he would use hot showers to kind of shock the nerves in his body. And he's saying this, and I'm like, wow, sir, I like hot showers. I used to take the hottest of showers. That was any day that ended with Y for me. I don't have some addiction. I mean, I like the ganja, but I haven't had any in at least a couple of weeks at this point. My lighter died. Anyway, moving on. That's neither here nor there. And with all of this work that I myself have been doing, maybe this resonates with you. The meditation, the acceptance and healing. I can't really handle the hot showers anymore. I've been sleeping with the TV off. I don't constantly have things going. I'm not constantly, you know, in the mix of things. And it's been really nice. So either you know exactly what I'm talking about, or you need to. Because that's what this card represents. Peeling back the layers that this previous chapter piled on, right? And finding yourself again, your heartbeat, your opinions, your voice. Leaving the castle and walking barefoot in the woods. I usually think of it as a meditation card. Okay, fine, I'll meditate somewhere. You're right. Boosh. Okay. Fam, lately I've just been flipping this. They're not set usually with reversals and stuff because I trust that the message will come through either way. And this isn't the first time we've been seeing this in the last few readings or what have you. And I keep wanting to flip it. It's coming up underneath the Wheel of Fortune. We are releasing the bonds on our passions. We're removing the blindfolds and accepting ourselves. Releasing the fear. You know, like when you're being cruel to yourself, when you bind yourself and isolate yourself because you think that that's what you need to do, it only hurts you, fam. We have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. There's a big difference between leaving behind that which doesn't serve and torturing yourself, your mind, torturing your soul, your mind being your prison. No more self-infliction. That was then. This is now. You don't want it anymore. You don't want to feel that pain anymore. So for once and for all, let it go. Whatever it is that you've been carrying with you, some of the seed was planted in your childhood. Whatever it takes, therapy, meditation, be bold and let it go. You never deserved that pain, that generational trauma. Break it. Be an example. That's what it is. You have no idea that you yourself are an example, and maybe that there's been pain in that. Maybe your family, your cousins have called you hurtful things because they saw your light. They saw you trying things that they didn't know they could. They can. Great power comes great responsibility, right? But that doesn't need to be a weight on your shoulders. Make sure that any consequences you have to deal with are yours and yours alone. Not your parents, not your siblings, not your bestie. There's a big difference between supporting and sacrificing. Something tells me you've been learning that. So I'm sorry if I sound like I'm lecturing. Third chakra, or throat chakra, please. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Something tells me you understand that. Someone does. Hey, hi, right? Enough of this. One of my affirmation positive vibe YouTube shorts that I shared last spring, earlier on in the summer, May or June, somewhere around there, maybe July. Someone commented, but I'm the one holding myself back. And I'm like, yeah, that's the problem. Don't do that. Why would you do that? There is no reason to. What is that? Fear is false evidence appearing real. That's a popular phrase for reasons, fam. Not all fads and trends are superficial and hollow. A lot of things do still have truth in them. You just got to get past the illusions that Hollywood and those who only know how to exist in it tend to share. It's just kind of like joking, but no, there was some truth in that joke, right? What's coming up underneath the Eight of Swords or Cups? Oh my goodness, I said swords. Boosh. That's 2 10s. And this one ain't getting flipped. Cycle complete. This has been painful. And the problem that I'm having with this, fam, is that too many of us have taken it on ourselves. Have been like, nope, nope, you go ahead and enjoy your life. I'm just gonna, suck it up, buttercup, apparently. No, don't worry about me. I got this. All too often, our parents and the like, the boomers, not all boomers are stereotypical, Kitty sneeze. But too many of us are raised to take the blame, to be people pleasers who can't recognize superficiality and truth. I think you've learned better now. I think that things have happened in such a way recently, the past year or so, that you've been able to catch on. And you're taking hold of your own life and living the way you've always longed to. So just make sure that there's no old trauma, there's no final bits of baggage that you're still, because it's, fam, does that really look comfortable? Are you sure? The deceit, the betrayal, going through stuff and realizing who your real friends apparently are not. I'm not going to believe you if you tell me you still want that. I'm just not. You can't lie to me. But I do want you to remember that this reading began with 3s. And twice, before some difficult things and at the end of difficult things, 10s have appeared. And 2 and 8 still equals 10. You've got this, fam. This cycle is complete. It is time to begin anew. We just recently saw the Justice and the Judgment card. I'm not going to let you forget that. Heck no. See, that's one of my favorite things about tarot readers, especially here on YouTube. The people that I'm subscribed to anyway. They have a tendency to be a bit like life coaches, reminding you of what you're capable of as long as you open yourself up to it. Real love is unconditional. It's not dictation. It's not gaslighting and lies. You know what you're unwilling to accept now, and you've been doing the work to make that change. What's the epilogue to the story? Fam. The worst is behind you, fam. The worst is behind you. You're leaving it in the past where it belongs. A part of this healing journey has been relearning how to trust yourself. Finding your voice, finding your wisdom, and not weaponizing it against yourself the way others have in your life. No one compares to you. The life you've longed for is in the palm of your hand. Even this painful ass card is telling you that this is over. It's over. Cycle complete. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. That's, I'm pretty sure, the sound of a plane flying over my home. Where shall we go next, fam? Because all of this pain and all of this torture is being left behind. I want to flip this, and I'm going to flip that. Whatever it is, you've been catching yourself still. Like, why am I thinking this? Why am I having this issue? I just want to go to sleep. I know better now. I know better now. Darn tootin' you do. It's a process. And it's complete. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect, fam. To be beautiful. To be loved, supported, accepted. You have kindred souls out there amongst the billions of other souls all around the world. Right? No matter how many times you need to remind yourself, you keep it up. Because it is working. Whether you can see it already or not, it is working. No matter what other things have been going on, you've been reminded that this cycle is completing. Said it before, I'll say it again. You can have as many new beginnings as you want. What are the extra notes? We've seen this card recently. Deja vu. Either you're worried that it's going to be the same as before and you need to remember that you don't want it to. But instead of instead of just being so hyper-focused on what you don't want, focus on what you do want. Flip it. Perform that alchemy. Be the magician you are. Okay? Oh, feel. Loyalty. I used to say that I'm loyal to a fault. But then I learned that I can still love people. I love unconditionally. I always have. I always will. But just because I love someone doesn't mean that I'm going to, sacrifice everything I've worked for someone incapable of fulfilling their own soul, of healing, at least for now, right? It's not abandonment. Because as soon as they figure it out, Reconciliation is possible. Don't cling to that. You shouldn't need anyone else to be happy because that's not their responsibility. How are they supposed to make you happy when they're struggling with their own happiness, right? No matter how it may seem. We were talking about people, rich people kind of putting a bad taste in our mouths earlier, weren't we? I want people who can match my vibe. I want people who are capable of real, unconditional love and loyalty. People willing to fight for me and defend me when I am unable to. I mean, I'm pretty freaking able, don't worry. But that's what you can think of instead of this crap. Think of what you want. Think of what you love. And let that guide you, okay? We've also seen what's on the bottom of this deck recently. It's an African proverb. To a man who's afraid, everything rustles. What's on the bottom of this deck, Fan? That's the 9 I like to see. There we go. See? This is what you want. And this is what you should be thinking of. Golden opportunities, everything working out and coming to fruition. Your bird in your soul is not caged behind cold cement walls or concrete rock. That's funny because whenever I so there we go. She has this bird, right? And the Queen of Swords has that bird flying off in the distance, and she has this red thing around her wrist, kind of like this hood, right? You're free from the confines of the previous chapter of your life. You have nothing to be afraid of anymore. You don't want it. Why claim it? Be loyal to yourself. It doesn't have to be synonymous with cruelty and selfishness and whatever. Like, what did we start with, huh? It's okay. It's okay. You've got this, fam. Let go of the pain. Let go of the cage that you yourself lived in for too long. All right? That was what we were beckoned for from the very beginning of this entire reading. Cycle complete. Please let it. You've earned it. You deserve it. And let those be the things that you keep in mind. I love, I want, I deserve, I am that I am. Okay? You've got this. I believe in you, fan. Thank you so much for hanging out this entire reading. I really appreciate your company. I appreciate your vibe. It's a beautiful vibe. And you deserve to understand that. Okay? And always remember that I love you.